The paranormal events which you're about to watch, we cannot explain, but they have been thoroughly investigated by scientists and cryptozoologists and forensic gynecologists all over the world. And yet no one has been able to disprove these events. Please join us as we take another step into the world of traditional shaving. Isn't that right, Sarge? Well, hello there. I've already prepped my face with this Proraso pre-cream, pre-shave cream, I should say. It's the menthol and eucalyptus type, and I'll set that there. I need to get some more of that. And over here is the cream I'm going to be using. It's CO Bigelow, which is actually repackaged Proraso green. And it's from Italy, but it's pre-packaged, or repackaged, I should say, for the CO Bigelow pharmacy in New York City, which sells these online and in Bath and Body Works shops. So you have that, and I've got my razor here. Gotta have the razor. It's a new one to me. It's the Facon or Facon, I guess I'll say Facon premium razor. It's inexpensive. It's you can maybe see there, hopefully you can see there where it says that on the caps there, on the doors I should say. And yeah, it's a gunmetal twist to open razor. The twisting mechanism, well, it goes like that actually. So it's kind of like this whole part of the handle is the twisting mechanism, or you could twist it that way, but the head and the butterfly doors go with it. And in there, on what would be its second use, is one of these Facon blades, which I first learned about from Paul H. from watching his videos. And then I found out that they had an inexpensive razor too, which you can get online. And let's see, I already showed you my cream. So my brush is going to be this synthetic Lancaster Razor Works brush, and hopefully you can see the coin there on the end. And I've lathered up in this. It is this, I forget the name of this. It's a shaving bowl that you can buy on Etsy. It comes all the way from Turkey. It normally costs about $60 to $65, depending on. There wasn't much postage, but a lot of that, if any extra postage, yeah, can't talk, must be included in the price. But I got this, it was like, oh, what was it, 33% off or something like that. It was only $40 to $45, and it's a resin, hard plastic, just a wonderful bowl to lather in. So kind of goes with the colors today, a lot of green. And I'm going to go ahead and try to get a lather started on my face, and I hope you're all doing well out there. So here I go. Very nice. I don't know if you can hear him, but Sarge is in the shower in the tub making noise. Sarge is the cat, in case you're not familiar with Sarge. He was the cat in the goofy little opening I did to this edition, to this shave. So I'm going to go ahead and wet the razor here. And I'll begin the first pass, which will be with the grain. Here we go. Now these Facon blades actually come from Japan, and they're sharp, but they're not as sharp as the feather blades. But be that as it may, I'm still probably better off using a lighter touch, because the first time I used one of these blades, which was the blade in here one use ago, I found out that if you push too hard, these can kind of bite you. I'll finish that area there with a bit of a few Gillette slides, the diagonal slide. I don't know why it's called a Gillette slide, but that's what I've heard that kind of stroke called from several different people and several different sources. And about 2 days worth of growth here on my face. Maybe just shy of 2 days worth. I'll go ahead and do that diagonal slide a few times here, lightly. And we'll get more of that on the across the grain pass. Excuse me, I'm going to rinse the razor. When I applied the pre-shave cream, I probably should have done like that in my hands with some water, because it's a bit gunky and it requires extra rinsing of the razor on the first pass. To get all the gunk out of the blade gap. This is a rather mild razor, but it's not super mild. It might be standard blade gap or just shy of it. A lot of the non-adjustable Gillette razors have the old ones have what I would call standard aggression. Okay, I'll go ahead and rinse the razor again. Okay, it took a while to rinse that. Hope I got all the gunk out of it. It's a good thing that I usually edit the rinsing, or most of the rinsing, out of my videos. Sometimes I err on the side of having too pasty of a lather, or not running some water with some of these pre-shave creams when I use those. Excuse me, because they can be very thick in most cases, I find. Okay, I'll go over here, flip the razor over. With me, in a way, the jury is still out regarding what I think of this razor. Sorry. But I guess I can say with some certainty, or most certainty, that considering that this is an inexpensive razor and it seems to be well made, that it's at least worth the price, which, as I recall, was $12 US dollars, maybe, give or take a couple. I'll be right back, and then we'll go across the grain. Okay, we'll go across the grain now. I was watching my previous video the other day, and I noticed that I made a mistake in something that I said. I was trying to say that a sharp blade in a less aggressive razor usually works best for me when I shave. But I ended up saying a sharp blade in an aggressive razor works best. And while that has in some cases worked well for me, that's not usually the way I shave. I usually get better results with, well, using a less aggressive razor but with a sharp blade. I have some very mild razors in terms of aggression, which I can use a feather blade with, including the Feather Popular and the Feather Adjustable. Although the first time I used a very aggressive Mula R41 razor, three-piece razor, I believe it is, 2 or 3-piece, I can't remember now, 3 I think, but it's a very aggressive razor, and I used a Persona Lab Blue blade, which is it's a sharp enough blade, and I think it has equal amounts of smoothness in its blade edges, but that might have been more the exception than the rule. I didn't get any weepers on that first, at least, yeah, I think it was the first time I used that razor, maybe ever, and certainly the first time I recorded it. And anyway, I didn't get any weepers and had a great, very close shave. A little bit of irritation, but some balm, well, first witch hazel, then aftershave lotion, and then aftershave balm, and cold water on the face before all that, that made that just fine. Excuse me. That took a while to rinse. There's still some gunk I was getting in there. I'll go, let's see, still going across the grain. I hope I went across the grain on this. I think I did. So that first shave with the Mula R41, the only problem I had was a bit of irritation afterwards because it was an extremely close shave, no weepers, and the usual post-shave ritual seemed to make the skin feel a lot better. And took out most of the redness, if there was any to speak of. Okay, now I'm going to rinse the razor again. Okay, we'll go to the neck area, bottom of the chin, and maybe redo some of this along here because that's a problem area for me. Sometimes I get in trouble going for baby bottom smooth, or BBS as we say, which I am kind of doing here more than I should. I'll go on over here. I have to remember light touch. I'm not using a cartridge or a disposable razor. I would try a feather blade in this razor, but maybe I'll do that sometime off camera before I ever dare to try to record it. I'll be right back and then we'll go against the grain. Okay, against the grain, and I'll start on my neck this time. Flip the razor over, go over here. Fairly comfortable shave so far. Real difficult spot over here for me. Super trouble spot by the ear there. Excuse me. Okay. Ooh. Oops. Not across, but against the grain. Okay, I'll flip the razor over and go over here. Now the cat wants out. Come on, Sarge. I don't know if you could hear him meow. He's kind of, he's got me trained. He only has to let go, meow, and he kind of gets what he wants. Food, water, litter box scooped, a door opened for him, whatever. Okay, rinse time for the razor. Okay. Okay, flip the razor over, go up here. Okay, that's enough for that pass. I'll be right back and then I'll do pickups. I'm going to go right into pickups without any fanfare. I'm going to try to get done here quickly. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve BBS in a limited time without really gilding the proverbial lily here. Who knows? It's a good blade and a good razor, but your mileage may vary, and there's always something better, which may or may not be something more expensive. Sometimes it is. More times than you might imagine, it's either not something, not some gear, or other products, you know, that are more expensive. Sometimes just a little bit more expensive. And sometimes, yes, some better things you pay for. I'd like to talk about a lot of other things and get more detailed, even talking about this shave and shaving in general, but I don't want this video to go on for an hour. Excuse me. Okay. Just go over this gently one more time. Very little audio feedback, and then you have to be really listening for it and trying to feel for it. The little bit of vibration as your razor and blade maybe go over any remaining stubble. I don't want to overshave it, but I'm still... That's it, folks. And this shave, except maybe for a couple of very teeny tiny things, this little deal over here, which always wants, or almost always wants to be a problem, and then maybe just a little bit of something right in here. But yeah, unless you're really super picky, this is a BBS shave, and I'll be right back. And I'm just finishing up drying off with Mr. Towel, who's going through his blue period. Ugh. Okay, now I'm gonna I'm gonna do a brief recap, and then I'll put the finishing touches on the shave. Okay, time is of the essence here. Okay, well, I started off beforehand. I had prepped my face with this Proraso menthol and eucalyptus, the big tub of the pre-shave cream, and my razor has been this one-piece twist to open Facon razor with the gunmetal finish. In there on its second use was a Facon blade. That's what the tuck for that looks like. And my cream was this CO Bigelow cream, which is really repackaged menthol and eucalyptus Proraso cream. Oops. And I have a problem with the lid here. Part of it broke, but it stays on there well enough for storage. My brush was this Lancaster Razor Works synthetic brush, and these are all made differently and made to order. That's what the coin looks like on there. And I use the shaving bowl that I'll give you the link to buying one of these, made by an Etsy vendor. Very nice. Perhaps my new favorite shaving bowl. And the color was right for this shave. Now I'm going to add to my face some of the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Very nice. Very light lavender scent. It won't clash with anything. I'll just go ahead and put that all over my face there. Very nice. And that's the Thayers Lavender Witch Hazel. Moving on over here, I'll use some of the Proraso, the matching menthol and eucalyptus aftershave. Getting a little bit low on, well, getting pretty low on that too. It's in one of the old square bottles. Now the bottles have a little bit more character to them, as you'll see here in a minute. See, I should also put some on my wrists, up behind the ears, on the temples, and the back of the neck. A little bit of sting, but not too bad. So that's the Proraso menthol and eucalyptus, the aftershave lotion that matches the cream. And now finally, in one of the fancy new bottles, it's what I have left. I've still got quite a bit of the menthol and eucalyptus aftershave balm by Proraso. Yeah. Sorry, I've been smoking too much. I know that's not good for me, but it's one of my last vices. A lot of other things I can't do anymore for health reasons. Not that I should still be smoking, but can't do alcohol anymore. Sure can't do a lot of other things. I was never big on street drugs though. Not necessarily a value judgment, just talking about me, just one man's experience, just like any one of these shaves that I or anyone else do and record. Just one man's experience and sometimes one man's opinion on this, that, and the other thing. And once again, that was the Proraso menthol and eucalyptus aftershave balm. That's it. I gotta go. Thank you for joining me. Please come on back next time. Peace out.